Okay, girl will call you. Okay, fine.
That's an impressive pickup. If you can get along with day, you don't have to double worry.
Yeah, that's your line. Pick up. Okay. Out. All right. No, it's a good line. It's a pickup line. Okay. Okay, pick up. That's good. Okay, I don't know about you. Just pick it up and decide what you want. Okay. So what we do is we're going to do everything here. You pick what you want. You pick what you like. And sometimes we have other people's material. You pick what you like about theirs. Pick it up. Because it just doesn't matter. The whole idea is develop material for each other. Okay, what else you want to hear about double parking? Joanne, you said you pick up Sun and Sun. Okay, so you don't have to participate. Just tell me. Dominic is going to talk about double parking. What do you want him to say about double parking? Yeah. Okay. Other people pay your parking because they call you, isn't it? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean, when they double park, right, they put their number there, and we want them to move their car, but we have to pay to call the person.
Yeah, so, okay.
Okay, now you just think about whether you can use it or not. Okay, it doesn't matter. What we do is we're going to list as much things as for you as possible and see whether it works for you or not. And then you work backwards and see whether you can create anecdotes. You see, one way of writing comedy is, right, okay, to me, double parking is a pickup line. It's a pickup, it's a way of pickup. I leave my phone number there. Hopefully a girl call me. Okay, and and when my phone rings, I look out window, I saw someone, then I just don't come down. Some people do that. Okay, so other people pay. Yeah, other people pay for my parking.
Yeah, so I'm increasing the price of other people's parking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is what?
Yeah. Okay. Increase price of other people's parking. Yeah. Others parking. Okay. All right.
There's another one where instead of putting the number, they just let go of the handbrake. I need to be the one who push the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do that in a GH hospital.
Yeah.
I park my car and then
Free muscle training.
go of handbrake. Have we tried that, Dominic?
Pushing the cars.
They put the handbrake down, push the car.
Okay. What happened is we put our car there. We just free gear.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not on slope, and then let people push.
Yeah, no, I think I have experienced that.
Okay. Think about it. Okay. Now these are things. You just take a picture, and afterward, once you finish. Okay. YouTube AdWords. Okay. What do you want to talk about? YouTube AdWords. Let's go by the points.
I hate the fact that YouTube, like, my videos will never load, but the adverts that come up before them will always load. You can be in a cave at the bottom of the sea without a handphone, and it still loads.
Okay. All right. AdWord loads faster than AdWords loads. Okay.
And it's getting offensive now, because every single one is like erectile dysfunction. I'm like, what?
Okay. And they're trying to tell me that you have a problem. I have a problem. Okay. They targeted him, isn't it? And they targeted.
I was like, what? This is not. Actually, funnily enough, I've noticed more and more gay adverts on my Facebook, which is quite amusing. Huh.
Okay. Now this one. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Okay. While we do corporate comedy, let's see whether we can make it nice and presentable for people. Package it nicely, without being. Steve Martin says, humor and comedy is making people laugh without making them puke. So let's see whether we can do it well or not. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is. I get all this quite a lot. The question is for us is how you have to ask this question. How do they know that you are interested in this? I think that's one question you have to ask to build your anecdotes. Okay. This is how do they know? What did I do? The question is how. I think you have to use all the W's there already. 6 W's and you ask how do they know? What did I do? Why they sending me this? I think that will build a very rich material here. Very rich. Okay, guys, YouTube AdWords. What else do you want to add on for him?
I have a continuation on the how.
Okay.
How does YouTube know Google Donald Trump once.
Okay. Donald Trump is a good target. Okay. How do you know? I only, okay, Google Donald Trump once. This is how we build the materials in most of the people time. So, okay, what else do you think you can talk about here?
When you watch until nearly epic moment, then suddenly adverts come out.
Adverts come up. Does that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've now got regular, if the video is really long, they've got regular adverts throughout the video.
Okay, so regular adverts when it's long. Okay, right. Potentially, this is a very good. This will be a key killer. Pickup line will be a killer for you. This one, okay, a bit overkill. This one, so this one maybe. Okay, let's look at models. What do you talk about models?
I make, unfortunately, not the sexy people models. I make models.
Oh, okay, you make models.
Plastic models, yeah.
So you're engineer, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now the question is, how can you take them down a slippery road of opening, letting them finish the whole idea, what you are not talking about? Okay, in other words, okay, you are not talking about sex, okay? You're not talking about anything dirty. But using the models, you just describe the models, and then, you take it, and then, and how you get a model, and just bring them, and then twist them, and hit them with a big surprise here.
Sitting in my room every night alone, doors locked, music blaring, doing this a lot. Sanding.
Okay.
Sorry,
Hi. Come, sorry. Okay. Okay. Just sit with anywhere you want. Okay. Now, you don't have to make it so now, because I want you to use it to be able to use it corporate. Use your words, the power of the words, and little action. I'm doing this. I'm going up and down, using words to describe the situation. And at the end, okay, you think about it. At the end, you just take them. People will think, okay, at the end, when I finished, I presented this to my mother-in-law as a birthday gift. It's like, wow. It's like, I want you to take them this road down, without being too crude, but let them finish the story in their mind. Many years ago, not many years ago, Logi is there. We always ask this question: why do you laugh before our punchline? Okay, after there was some shows where before the punchlines they laugh, and you spoil our punchline. What are we going to do with the punchlines? And the punchline, when we throw it out, it went flat. So one of the guy was saying this because when you were talking, I saw images of things. Then they'll say, okay, what did you see? Not what you are talking about, he says. Okay. So people do finish the story. Why we like storybooks is because storybooks allow us to take us through the imagination. And I think that is one area you should think about it. I think it will be very nice. Knowing you, probably you'll be able to do it very nicely. Think about it. Actually work on it. Write a minute. This is going to be a minute or two, with a few laughs in between. Let them think about it, and then as you are talking about this, when you're doing this one, you just ask the audience, you know what I'm talking, isn't it? Now let me finish. You never, all the while you never tell them this. Who is the one who's good at this? Rodney Dangerfield, or is it? Yeah, I think he will keep talking, and we talk to the audience. Well, you know what it's like, They throw in one line to the audience. Now to stop laughing, You know what I'm talking about, isn't it? Yes. So you whole night you'll be taking them down the road or the wrong path, and when you kill with the final ending, it will kill, big time. And this could be a good 2 minutes comedy here. I can easily say, you take it nice and slow. Put a time there. At around the same time, for the last 2 months, I did the same thing. I go to my room, and you look pretty serious, and I go to my room. I do what I had to do. I took out the instruments. I go up and down. I held it down with my left hand. I go do it with my right. I on the machine. No, I on the TV. And let them think. You know what I'm talking about, isn't it? You know what I'm talking about, There are times, there are moments I need to be alone. You know lah. You know what I'm talking about. But that's something for you to think about. You have the English command to do that, so I think you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, shot. Would you like to take a picture of this one? Take a picture and see for yourself. Oh, I think this is recorded already. I think.
No, there's
Already live, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is, I would encourage you to do that. I will just take one and post it for you also, just in case. And then, in the next one, maybe you see how you want to present it. You try it in an open mic and see what you think.
Okay, try.
I think it's going to be fun. Take them down a journey on the wrong path of the road. That's why I like it. Okay, now we're going to start off the open mic workshop. Now, the second part, which the real part is tonight is, now for most of you who came for the first week, you all had done the your material development and all those things. You're going to try it out. And we have two persons here who's going to do the job. Okay, the host for tonight, for the open mic night is, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the teacher, the writer, the comedian, the poet, and the storyteller, Shark.
Hi everyone. My name is Shak. I'm very happy to be here today. Actually when Monti called me, I'm a bit busy also lah, because you all know Hari Raya, right? I was helping my neighbor do the muruku. You all don't be surprised, nowadays Hari Raya people make muruku. Chinese New Year make ketupat. Then Deepavali make kuih kapek. Like that lah, Malaysia okay juga. But today I'm very happy to be here. You know why? Because today's open mic are not people just simply come and throw out, I know you all have been practicing. You all came for a workshop. I know, I was there. So I'm very happy about today. And then this first person that I'm going to introduce, I think he's the youngest here lah. When he first came also, everybody, you're so young also want to do comedy. But you know what, children actually natural comedian. And then we also not so harsh on them, right? They can say whatever, hantam only, we all just laugh lah. Okay, so without further ado, let me invite our first comedian, Winston. Welcome.
I really don't understand sometimes. What part of homeschooling do people not get? Because homeschooling is a very simple word. Homeschooling, that means I'm a smart individual that studies at home, naked. I'm just joking. I'm not smart. Well, if you didn't laugh at that joke, you probably didn't understand what I meant as homeschooling. Yeah, so my mom always has this thing where she says, you have to look at the positives, you cannot see the negatives. So she describes it as a blank piece of paper with a black dot. So say, if you show someone this piece of paper, the first thing they will notice is the black dot. But you cannot do that. You have to look around. You cannot do that. You have to look around, you have to look at the blank space around the paper. So like the white part is the positives and the black dot is the one negative point. So she always tells me that. So recently we had an argument about me studying naked at home. And then after that, slowly it turned to argument about me being jealous of my sister, and my brother brought up the black dot again. So at that point, I wasn't functioning properly. So I told her, you do everything for my sister. Everything you do for my sister is a blank piece of paper with a black dot. But for me, it's opposite. It's a black piece of paper with a white dot. So then she got really pissed and she was like, and then she started ranting, scolding. And Asian parents swear, you pissed them off to the next level already. So then I said, I'm sorry. I've gone too far. It's a white line. Thank you.
Okay, from all that you said, right, the one that I remember is doing my homework naked. Thank you, Vincent. So, Logi, are you ready? Okay, we'll call Logi, who will come out here and evaluate Vincent, okay? Then after that, we'll call Monti up.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Shak. First, I'm going to give feedback to Shak. Because Shak is the headliner. She's going to introduce the crowd to the people who are going to speak, like Vincent coming up. She has to speak to the audience. So when she speaks to the audience, they can pick one or two audience and relate their homeschooling. Okay? So like what? Pick up Juliana. Oh, Juliana is here. How was your crab car? Yeah. Okay. And then we have a gentleman here. Sir, are you from Malaysia?
Yes.
Malaysian. What's your good name, sir?
Dominic.
Pardon? Dominic means God. God is here today. And then we have this gentleman here. Just, if you don't know his name, just, what's your good name, sir? Gerard. Gerard, where are you from, Gerard? Bangladesh. Wow. Have you all seen the Bangladesh airline logo? It's a thin bird. The people are also very thin, they are fasting, I think. Okay, so at least get the crowd work. Talk to the audience. So when the people who come up and crack jokes here, they can even zoom in on, say, Dominic, Juliana, Gerard. Okay, so right now itself, you're starting to speak to the audience. You don't speak at the audience, you speak with the audience. So Vincent came up with homeschooling. Okay. So I had some homeschooling students also attending a Toastmasters workshop. Which school are you from? I don't have a school. Huh? You don't have a school? I do homeschooling. Really serious guys, huh? And they are very active. Okay, I know one guy who is an astrologer. He's a Muslim married to a Catholic. So his children ask him, "What are we?" "You are a Roman Muslim." Okay, so the children asked him, and he's a psychologist, and he sent his child to the homeschooling. He said, "If I send my child to the school, they go to school crying, come back crying. Might as well they cry at home." Okay, so I'm just giving him information how the situation is. And where do you pick up smoking? In school. So why should I send my son to a government school? I rather have them in homeschooling. My mother-in-law said, he has to mix with people. Well, my son can always go for karate classes, can go for music classes, where he mixes with people. And you know what my daughter does? Both his children are homeschooling. She takes the school book and gives him, give me my assignment. So the father has to give him assignment. Okay? So you have many situations where you can talk about homeschooling, the jokes there. So you talked about being naked. Now that one caught a lot of attention. Okay? I see he's a very relaxed comedian. Okay? For his age, how old are you, sir? 14. Okay. 14 is the age where your ego starts. Before 14, you say, yes, mommy, yes, daddy. When you reach 14, that's the time you say, no, I don't want to do. Okay, that's where the ego starts. So this is the right age where you can forget about homeschooling and do comedy full time. Use it in your life. I think I'm going to do comedy full time. Okay? A lot of students have failed, like Bill Gates went all the way and he dropped out of Harvard. Okay? I want to do that. Okay? I want to teach my mother a lesson for sending me for homeschooling. I want to come out of a home. Okay? And he talked about sibling rivalry. There's so much of material there with fighting with your brothers and sisters. So expand on that, Vincent. And it finally ended up with telling a white lie. So it is a very good start. Take all the funny situation, compare homeschooling with government school, and you see your friends, and then make some more material out of that. Okay, thank you.
Monty, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, just a few words will do.
Okay.
Okay, I think most of it covered by Logi, and I think one of the things that you do is you take all those materials that you have, rewrite it again, and of course make it nice and relaxed. One of the things I really like about the way you present is you are very relaxed. You're pretty organized. You know what you're doing. That means obviously homeschool is good for you lah. I'm so glad Kebangsaan can never do that. Okay, so I think from the first week until now, from you saying I don't want to come out until now, is like, I see that, hey, you can actually do it, and I think you should polish that material that you have. It's in the recording. We'll send it to you later. I'll send it to your mom so that your mom can evaluate a bit. And Jay will be working on an open mic final work show later on. So we will pick people from here to actually, we will showcase and we will work with other comedians as well. Okay, but keep it up. Thanks. Good job.
Thanks, Monty. Thanks, Logi. Thanks for evaluating me. Okay, the next one, this next comedian, I'm very proud to say she's my friend, and she's my friend on Facebook. But people, their car like wrecked, 100% wrecked, you will cry, say something, oh God, why is my life so unfair? Like that, right? But this girl, very positive. The car knew what, I'm okay. So I can still do it. I can still do other things. And by the way, she's a Grab car driver, so car gone, half the income gone, right? Still positive, So I really admire her. Okay, so without further ado, let me welcome Juliana.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, I've survived from a devastating car crash last week. It was scary. My mind went to sleep. The two passengers went to sleep. And of all music, why did I choose to listen light and easy? And it was a 40 km drive all the way from Ampang to Putrajaya. One moment, it's just like Chip's mom. It's there, it's not there. Another moment, it's there. And after that, I hear, it's the crash. Some of my friends, when they know that the car is in a wreck, but I'm still alive, they kind of told me, oh, Juliana, of all the cars in Klang Valley, why do you pick a Ford Ranger to hit into? I say, I don't know. Maybe law of attraction, maybe they are guys and then the cars are gay, I don't know. Can be anything. Yeah, I cannot explain because it's like Transformer. There are a few cars, they have their own life of their own. So I don't know what's happening between them. And of course, like what Shark said, as a Grab car driver, needless to say, my income is gone. I'm actually using this as an advantage. Instead of crying at home, no money, Papa, Mama, please give me money. You know what I did? I showed the photo to my debtors, those who owe me money. I said, you see, my car is now in a wreck. I have no money. I cannot do Grab car. Please give me back all my money. And then to all of them, they're like, yeah, very poor thing. Luckily, you're still alive. Okay, I'll give you back. Suddenly, I amassed a fortune, I amassed a fortune, and then now I can just chill and then take Grab car every time. I don't even need to take public transport because I have a lot of money. My father tell me, Juliana, you sure you have no need money? I said, don't need. all my creditors pay me back already. In fact, I got some US dollar coming in also. Got people owe me from America also, you know. So that's why I said, all of them, they think that I cannot pursue them, but now I pursue them just through the car photo. So that in life, don't always look at the sad thing. There's always a silver lining in everything we do. For me, I actually use this accident as an opportunity to collect money from all my debtors. Thank you.
Nice one. Thanks, Juliana. Okay, this time, Monty, you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that. That one, because you have two sets which you written earlier. One of them is as you drive Grab car to find boyfriend. That one is a good set, and of course this one, what you did is a pretty long set, a long stories. We need to work on it and cut short, okay? Because there was a lot of repetition. Okay, I collect money 3 times. It's like a long thing. So think about it. We have the recording for you. You're just going to cut out, compress it into about 1.5 minutes. So there's a few repetitions. A long thing. I like your positiveness, and when you come out. So I think if you want to make it into a longer set, a 6-minute set, this is going to be about 1.5 minutes to 2-minute set. You add in your boyfriend set. There goes my boyfriend opportunity. You know, I used to use Grab to grab some boys or some boys. So I'm 2 types of driver. Okay, handsome one I drive fast, handsome one I drive slow. You know, the kind of thing, the one you did last time, that was a nice little set. And then the one you talk about, now that I have time, I have a chance to tell you this. I dumped my Singapore boyfriend. No, I have time to think about it. So you continue from there, one set, 1.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes. You have a good 5-6 minutes. So the objective is for you to collate all this, keep this, all the entire set into a 20-minute set. Yeah, because corporate is a minimum 20 minutes. Okay, CJ. So of course, this is what I hope you can do. And once we get that, once you get the 20-minute set, what we do is we will tell people, we will do showcase, we'll tell people that you have a set, and then we will show you how to market your set. Okay, this is what we hope to do. That's what I want to say for now. Logi has a longer. Okay, what's the Logi? Okay.
Okay, Juliana came out smiling, but she was smiling all the way. So you cannot laugh at your own jokes. Okay. So one very important point I must point out to everybody is we like to see the picture of your journey. See, like Vincent, he talked about homeschooling. We couldn't go further. What does he do? We can't see in our minds. So talk about everything you do in homeschooling. So likewise, Juliana, in that accident, just to give you an example, we have a skit. Live in the moment. That means in that moment, what did you see? What happened at that moment? There's so much of material. Well, like we used to say, this is Kawasan Kemalangan, okay, where accidents take place. The government has designed a place for accidents, okay. And you know what happens? I was sitting outside my car and I was just stunned. 3 people came running. 1 Indian, 1 Malay, 1 Chinese. They came running all the way. I thought they came to help me. They came and put their hand on my car. The first person to touch the car, it got the right to tow the car. Okay. Of course, Monty carries on with the funeral parlor and all that. So, we all forget to be in the moment. Every moment, sometimes we are here, but our mind is somewhere else. So, in that moment, what happens? So, one part which I saw very, very good is cars are gay. That is a very nice line. Okay, maybe cars are gay. Okay, so there was a lot of questions you're asking. One came out well. So I want to see, you see, when I'm talking about the cars itself, my whole body is moving. Okay, so be in that moment. We want to go with you on the journey. So all those of you who are taking part also, take us on a journey. So take us to the accident scene. And then we will like to follow you. Okay? So all the audience wants to follow you. Your attitude is very good, very positive. Okay? So my request here is that take us on a journey. Okay? That's it. Okay.
Thank you, Logi. I hope you all are taking notes. Huh? Okay, I saw this gentleman walk in. May I know your name, please?
Sorry,
Nick. Oh, observe. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Who? Oh, I see. Okay. Just to let you all know, since we are live streaming also, right? We have workshops here. First, the workshops go on first week of the month and the third week of the month. Usually the first week, we practice, write material, all that. Actually sit down and write, which is the tough part, right? And then the third week, we come up here to perform. So if any of you, watching up there, hi mommy. If you're interested, come join us. First week of the month or the third week. Any of these dates, just come. It's Will You Cafe at Oasis Village. Just come drop by, okay? And so, next up, he's my good friend, Gerard. Gerard recently won some award all. Say never speak lah, this lah, new lah, first time lah. Then suddenly came out in our WhatsApp group, won award. Oh yo. So now, without further ado, Gerard.
Thank you, Shah. I really don't know what I'm doing up here. I'm not a funny person. I shouldn't even be on the stage. I take after my father. He wasn't a funny person. He had the charisma of Donald Trump. And he had the humor of Vladimir Putin. And he was a cross of them both. Now, if you think about it, I lived in that house with him for many, many years. And by right, I should have all these leadership qualities, a combination of both of these great leaders. I should be a natural leader. And I did. I had half of it. I had the natural part. I was totally natural. There was nothing unnatural about me. There was no syntheticness about me. Even my man boobs were sagging. Now, in the home I lived in, I was born in Singapore. My mother went there to work. And I was born there. And we came from a very poor family. We didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up. In Singapore, I found out recently that I had a twin. And I only found out recently that my mother sold my brother to a very, very rich family in Singapore. I can't remember the name now. It was a very, very wealthy family in Singapore. She sold it to him. And apparently his son is now the Prime Minister of Singapore. I think his name was Lee Kuan Yew or something like that. And recently, his son found out that I was his twin. Because when the father died 2 years ago, he told his son that I was a twin. And now his sibling knows that he had a twin. And they're fighting for the property. I don't know if you've heard about it. They're fighting for the property because they don't feel that he deserved the money. So, if you may want to know why he's looking very Chinese and I'm not, because the father is very rich, so he bleached the son. So now now I don't know what his fate is going to be, because now they're not even sure whether it's the son of Lee Kuan Yew. Okay, back to you, Shark.
Thanks, Gerard. Man boobs. Logi, come.
Okay, Gerard is a very serious guy, and his style of humor is serious. So man boobs is something new which I'm hearing. I know men get breast cancer also. So, his story is something which is improbable, something which is made up. Okay? So that goes well, like the contest which he won was the Tall Tales contest. Okay? So in this comedy session, it would be good that if you talk to the audience, this is where I said talk to the audience, like if you have a twin brother and he looks bleached, what do you think happened to him? Okay, so you see, they are talking. Okay, so there's one possibility, Michael Jackson. So they are joining you in your story. Okay, so if you can get them to join you in your story, of course the audience might keep quiet. This is where you have to take a risk. Okay, so and his story was too short, it didn't take us all the way. So the best way to deliver this is to talk to so many different people. Okay, so you need more material, more audience talking, instead of you relating the story. Because once you relate the story, they sit down and listen to the story. You can't get, like, see, let's know, she said Michael Jackson, that is already one humor. Okay, so keep talking to the audience. Over to you, Monti.
All right, I concur with Logi, and it is improbable. I think the third rule about comedy is that it must be real, or at least somehow believable. So when we work on it, let's say if I were to take your material and I'll do it, like Logi, I will talk to the audience. I'm a mixture. My father discipline is like a mixture of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, which means nothing. So it comes to nothing. That means he didn't do anything. So you have to play with the two contrasts. Now, of course, you being twins of Lee Kuan Yew's Born to Rich Man, it is something you have to rework on. Okay, you have to rework on because it's a tall tale. But there is a lot of good punchlines. I can see that. Like a few good punchlines. Number one, okay, he spotted very nicely. I am original. Okay, I even my man boobs are real. I never heard such word before. It was this new word. A potential, It's not Oxford Dictionary. Only in Oxford Dictionary you can find things like that. In Malaysia we don't call that. we call it what? Think of something. You look at Bahasa Malaysia translation. What is that? So it could be funny. I go to Google and Bahasa translation is what? Just try it. Just try it. Because there's a potential punchline. You work backwards. The other punchline is that bleach. But if you use a real person's name, it will be far-fetched. You may have to put aside Lee Kuan Yew and other things. You must be. If you tall tale, okay, keep it tall tale all the while because you blew the cover when you mentioned Lee Kuan Yew. So if it's going to be a lie all the way, make sure lie really real, okay. But which I don't encourage people to do because audience like this will pick it up very, very fast. Maybe I just want to ask from the audience, okay, what is your feedback on that particular session? I mean, you're all entitled to feedback, Tiago. Gerard, yeah, feedback on Gerard.
I heard the story before, so I was expecting the same story, but then even this time around, I find the previous story was more funnier.
Okay.
This one is
okay. Slightly, basically not funny but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Here, this is where we're about to learn. Okay, we are not going to put people down for that, but we're about to learn, and we all will make mistakes along the way, guarantee. Okay, what do you think, Alan? Let's go around of the session. Don't think so long. Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Quite interesting.
I was.
What do you like?
I was a little bit confused when suddenly Lee Kuan Yew there.
Okay. Okay. See what happened is okay. You got a bit confused as an audience. Okay, fine. But you enjoy it, huh? You like to be confused, lah. Okay. Guanpo, what do you think?
I
Okay, so the believability is very important. Yep. Dominic?
I actually kind of like that. Say that, yeah, I'm the original son, he just believes his other one.
Yeah, okay.
But I felt
Okay.
he was too flat for that level of bullshitism.
Okay. If you were to do it, how would you do it?
I would do it more like, yeah, just so you know, I am the original.
Okay, yeah.
They took him, they bleached him.
Oh, yeah, that means, okay, you're recommending now. This is another option for you. Now, see, that's what the workshop is about. We take options. You may want to take on these options and actually play the whole game all the way. Yeah, actually, I'm the real one. Okay, had I gone to Singapore, I won't look like that, you know, that kind of thing. You know, I am the original. So, yeah, good point. Yes, Logi.
Who said in the earlier place it was funny.
Okay, so this is where I have to bring Shaq up here. Okay, if you know his content and you know his style, okay, say this to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The next person.
The next person.
Is a liar.
It's a liar.
Everybody say liar.
Liar.
So when the audience say he's a liar, they expect it to be a lie. And so this is where I set up the audience. See, so like children, like I used to tell my nephews, you know there's a mountain up there is a lake. That lake is called Mount Logan. Whoa, okay. My nephews will go up there, they play with the mud and all that, and all the stories are all lies. And then one day they told my mother, Uncle Logan is a liar. Okay? So my mother used to ask, if you think he is a liar, why do you all still listen to him? Nice to hear. Okay? Why do you see magic shows? Because you like to be tricked. Trick me, trick me. So once the audience is set up to know that this guy is a liar, so now they are waiting for him. So anything, if he says Lee Kuan Yew, say, hey, you see, so that, because I set it up for all the participants. So if you know ahead of time, or if you know, identify yourself as a liar, all the way now onwards. Shaq, identify yourself as I'm a part-time Indian maid. Because her style is all Indian accent. Vincent, happy-go-lucky guy. Happy-go-lucky, or identify yourself as another guy. I don't know what it is. Okay? So, Gerard, liar. Okay, from now on, you're a liar. If you die, bury your tongue separately.
Okay. I'm looking here. Don't kill yourself. Okay. A lot of weddings coming. No money for big services. Just okay. Okay. I think the word is called suspensions of disbelief. In the performing arts, people do suspend their their disbelief for the moment. So if you want to do that, of course, the host for the night is very important. So when you do this kind of workshop, we evaluate everybody. You can evaluate, including me. Okay, so so that everybody will learn, so that we can develop show host. We develop comedians as well. So there is this term called the suspension of disbelief. So there will be people like Dominic who truly enjoys it. He enjoys it. So they will be. So the setup is very important. So that means we work backwards. Okay, but back to you, Shaq. Good job.
Oh, thanks. That was interesting. Okay, so I'm being evaluated as well. Okay.
Slowly started.
Starting. But anyway, we are all here to learn. That's the nice part about this audience. Okay, the next one. I met this young man. Okay, everybody here young man. As long as you don't call me old lady lah. Oh yeah, by the way, my identity, not the housemaid, whatever, no. Actually, I have a very stylish identity. I am Kumar's prudish sister. We all know Kumar, no? Prudish means like not so hamsap lah. Like that. That's my trying to. Okay, anyway, the next one, our next comedian is Miss Ellen. Ellen.
Okay, thank you, Shaq. Hi, Good evening. My name is Ong Po Sen. I have to say this because my friend called me Bosom. And it's like a curse, you know, because now I have bosoms. Okay, you can just call me Alan. And actually, I doesn't choose the name Alan also, because my grandma once told me that because I want to be named Robert. Then my grandma said, "No, you cannot." I'm like, "Why?" "You will become a Robert later." So I'm like, okay, fine. I use the name Alan. And this year, I'm 20 years old, single. Okay, and and 20 years old, single. And now I'm born in the state where char kway teow is ready to serve for me, Penang. And now I live in the city where 500 pigs are ready to be sacrificed. Klang. Not Singapore. Okay? And yeah, I learned 5 languages, including Japanese and German. And when I learned the language, I was always like, okay, when I learn a word, I'm like repeating loud word, like always repeating the same word over and over. So, like one day, I was practicing in the supermarket. Then I was studying "du bist dick," which in German means "you are fat." And this guy suddenly, I was practicing like "du bist dick, du bist dick, du bist dick," and then one Malay guy suddenly come in. "Oi, apa kamu cakap ni? Apa dik-dik? Huh? Haram tau." And I was like, "Bro, I learning German. Is that a problem?" And then he was like, "Oh, German. Apa maksud?" And I was like, "It's called you are fat." He was so angry until it nearly scolded me in public, but at the end, he just left. And I was waiting, I was like curious why he was so angry. I'm like, it's in German, you are fat. And then it took me a few moments and only I realized that he is really fat. And that is all of it. Thank you, everyone.
Good job. Thank you, Alan. Okay, now Monti come up first.
Thanks, Shak. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for those who were here earlier, okay, I just want to ask the audience. For those who earlier saw him doing it for the first time, what's the difference then and now? Pardon?
You called the tail end of it last time.
Okay, you caught the tail end of it last time. Oh yeah, sorry. Guanpo, what was it the difference between the beginning and the end? The sound and now?
It's better now. I think he follow what, we command.
Yep.
And he try to insert in, what is
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see the difference.
You can see the difference. So just when you did the first time during the practice and now it's a few things that is different. Okay, one thing is the dialogue between the two persons, very clear. I can see two persons there. Okay, so you can see you and another person having a dialogue. Okay, okay, I can see that you have a few potentials, very good punchlines there. One of them is I learned 5 languages. Okay, so what are the 5 languages? Japanese and German. Okay, so okay, I said I learned German because think about funny line. Okay, think about funny line. Why do you learn German of all languages? Yeah, okay, so that's one. Now there are a few parts I wish you end it. Okay, you just when you end it differently. Okay, for example, you said okay. The German word I wish you have said it clearly. What's the word you say?
Du bist dick.
Du bist dick. doobie stick. Make sure it sounds really clear. I say doobie stick, and someone come to me and say, why you call me pig? Why do you call me pig? I said, no. And they say, say, what are you doing? I said, I know, just why you do the dialogue now. Instead of saying a Malay guy, but it sounds very, no, it's not racist. It is like, you put two random, okay? A shopper just passed by, just say, a nice gentleman, a shopper, give a little bit of description, pass by and ask me, why you get doobie stick, what are you saying? No, are you okay? You ask me, am I okay? When you're talking, okay, by the way, he's my son's friend, okay, and every time he sits in my car, he practices Japanese, and suddenly he will go, he was listening, and then suddenly go, yeah, whenever I was on him back, so I know what he's like. But I think it would be better if someone asked me, sir, boy, are you all right? Yes, sir. What are you saying? Doobie stick. What was it? Are you okay? So you may end up it differently. He said, what are you saying? I'm learning German. What do you say in German? You are fat. The gentleman asked me, can you repeat again to me one more time? Doobie stick. Okay, wait a minute. I write down how to spell. Doobie stick. Then you ask him, why do you want to write? I just want to speak something different to my wife. So you take it a different ending. Instead of angry and all those things, I want to say this to my girlfriend for a long time already. I don't know how to tell her, but it sounds really nice. Darling, doobie stick. So this is something you can work on, a different ending. It's recorded, so you can use this ending. Okay, Logi.
Thank you. Bosan, in the opening, you didn't get any laughter because you were explaining. So your punchline was Bosom. Your name was Bosom. Okay. So I would suggest this way. There's a saying, there's a sucker born every minute. But all my friends are suckers because I'm full of bosom. My name itself is Lim Bosan. Okay. So have a good suck. Okay. I don't know whether that's acceptable or not. Okay. Anyway, that one is in PJLA and Crack House. Okay. But later censor it. Okay. And then you started about learning Japanese and German. See, Japanese is a very nice language, but German is not a language. German is throat problem. Okay. A lot of people know. Okay. It is throat problem. Okay. So make some fun out of it when some of the words you look as though you're clearing your throat every time in German. So once I had a situation also like that. So you are from Char Kway Teow land. Many people don't know which land is it, so it's Penang. So go back to this Char Kway Teow. Char means fry. Okay. So when you talk about the Japanese and the German guy, the misunderstanding of the language, he said the guy char the bugger. Okay, that means you fried him, because he got so angry. Instead of saying you scolded him. Okay? And then you can have wonderful audience engagement. How many of you from Penang? Can you all raise your hand? Anybody from Penang? Nobody. One Penang. Okay. I got one question for you. What is Esplanade? What does it mean? Penang people don't know what is Esplanade. Open the dictionary, because I went to Penang first time. Esplanade is just a field. I went back, look at the dictionary. In the Malay language, is very clear. Padang Kota. A field in front of a fort is Esplanade. That's all. Most Penang people don't know. Okay. So if they say, how many of you, okay, you're nobody from Penang, how many from Ipoh? Ipoh, nobody from Ipoh. So switch it to Ipoh, ask some jokes and talk to the audience first. Okay, even though they don't know Penang. Okay, I've been to all the states doing teaching. So every time I ask the people, Penang, I got one story. Where are the two places you commit suicide in Penang? Penang Bridge and one more? Padang Tembak. Rifle range flats. Okay. So I used to tell them, when I went there, they asked me, why do couples arrange their slippers before they jump down? Okay. Is there a municipal rule that says that you must arrange your slippers before you commit suicide? Okay? No, isn't it? Okay? So this is what I will explain. Of course, this is not a comedy. I'm just telling you the story. Yeah? So the mind says, jump, don't jump. Jump, don't jump. Jump, don't jump. Okay, take out the shoes first. Jump, don't jump. Jump, don't jump. Okay, arrange the slippers. Okay? So, and most of them, when they jump down, they regret it. So, police know this. If you jump without your shoes, you have committed suicide. If you jump with your shoes, somebody has pushed you. So, now if you don't like someone, remove their shoes and push them down. Okay? See, it brought a joke, isn't it? So, Teo Beng Ok's story, nobody says whether you're wearing shoe or not wearing shoe. Okay? So you see, I built up so long for it. Use it. Okay, I'm giving it to you. Okay, so remember, ladies and gentlemen, when I give feedback or anybody gives feedback, it is not necessarily right or wrong. It's for you to decide whether you want to take it. So I'm saying, take it. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Just with your, like you mentioned, you know Japanese, right? But you didn't make any jokes about it. Yeah. So if that's the case, I would just don't mention that you speak Japanese. Like you're adding to the length before the punchline, and it doesn't add anything to the. This is really awkward. Yeah, just if it's a piece of information that you're not going to use for the joke, and you probably don't need to use it. Just, I speak German. No, I mean, instead of I speak 5 languages, Japanese and German, just I speak German. You know,
That's more relevant to what the joke. Vincent, you got any feedback?
Yeah.
It was a bit confusing.
Tell me, which part is confusing? What's confusing you?
Like, sometimes it was trying to
Look forward to you want to hear. Okay, if you want to have a good feedback, just go and share. It's okay.
He was explaining the part where it's like, how to say it was a bit weird when he explained because he keeps stopping and going, So it's kind of weird until the joke lah. So then the joke, it was just like the whole thing. But then there was a few nice jokes lah. It's a bit weird, the char kway teow part especially. That's all.
Thanks, Vincent. Yeah. And that's how you do it. Okay, the last speaker, last comedian. You've got some experience doing it before, is it?
I have some experiences.
Okay, you've done like open mics and all that.
Nights, I've done a short and sweet.
Okay. So, okay, fine. We have an experienced guy. We'll call you the experienced comedian. And so, you all can now evaluate him. Haha. Okay, put your hands together for Dominic.
Thank you. I have to tell you, I am recently became a member of the homosexual community. I'm a lesbian. I'm attracted to women, and I have these great perky nipples. Like, what else could I be? I was thinking about actually just being gay, being more traditional that way. But I know I wouldn't enjoy the experience because I had a colonoscopy, and I woke up during said colonoscopy. And for those of you, like, you want to wake up like a gentle kind of, la 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 la. But when you wake up during your colonoscopy, it's nothing like that. It's a very harsh kind of, ah! And it's a medical procedure, and I lost all faith in my doctor because in response to that, she just laughed. She's just like, ha, another one. That's not what you're supposed to do. And it didn't get much better after, because afterwards, she looked me in my face and she just said, "You're a fat fuck. There's too much of you. If there was less of you, things would be better." That's a lie. She didn't say that. She was 100% professional. She was like, "Sir, you have fatty liver disease." And I look back at it and I wish that I was just kind of cool, calm, like, I see, doctor. I shall change my life and my diet and deal with this. But no, instead I said the wussiest line. I said, I don't know how this could have happened. It's like 3 pieces of cake a day, watching a lot of YouTube. That's pretty much it, right? 2 plates of char kway teow for lunch. There's no mystery to how this happens. It's not cancer, you know? Like cancer, you can say that. But if you're fat, you know why you're fat. Anyway, that's me. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Dominic. I enjoyed that. Logi, I'll call you up first.
Okay, Dominic, yours was PJLA material. One mic, open mic stand, more for adult above 18, censored. Okay. What was the operation you were mentioning? Colonoscopy. Okay, that was not clear. So I was wondering whether it was vasectomy. Because you said homo, you're a homo and sexual. And so I didn't hear that. Colonoscopy, you're reducing your weight, is it? No, more for the anus. To clean.
Camera up your ass.
Okay. So that has to be established because people don't know what is colonoscopy. Right. So for a gay guy, it is pleasurable.
I don't know.
Okay, so because they do a lot of sodomies, they enjoy sodomies. Okay, so if you say colonoscopy, what is colonoscopy? At least people will be with you.
Okay, so I didn't say that.
Okay, so you are very brave in telling about being a homosexual. Whether it's true or not. Okay.
What he's saying that he is a lesbian, but he's attracted to women. He's using what we call a double entendre.
Okay. So I was not sure. I was not sure. Okay. So.
I didn't bullshit hard enough.
So let me tell you one thing also that homos. People, if you're not like us, people don't accept you. Okay? Homos don't accept us, straight people.
Okay.
The only people who accept homos are the mothers. They love their child.
Okay.
So, the moment you say you're homo, especially in Malaysia, okay? It's not as in America, they accept readily. Here, unless it's PJLA material, wow, okay, this is a free country, we are free to say what we what we represent. So there are a lot of sensitive people. So PJLA people are very open. They accept you there. Here, very difficult. People suddenly, oh my God, this guy is revealing his position. Okay, so which is different from me. So you might find some resistance there. PJLA, crazy house, you can do this material. Okay? So your body gestures and all were very expressive. Your voice was very clear. So build up this material. Say colonoscopy very clearly. Okay? So, and then explain what it is, maybe in a very simple way. Okay? And I love it. Say it like, I love it. Okay? Because once you establish yourself as homo, then they know why you love it.
I feel like my joke went completely wrong.
He got it totally confused.
Because I say I'm gay, I woke up, I say I'm homosexual, and then the next line is, I'm a lesbian.
Then that's confusing. It's female.
Yeah, I'm bullshitting right through my ears.
Okay, maybe give your input.
Yeah. Colonoscopy is you have a long 22-foot tube with a camera and a clipper at the end going up. Okay, and there's nothing nice about that. Okay, it's very painful. If you awake, if you woke up halfway through the procedure, you will scream. Okay, and it's very painful, very painful. Okay. Yeah, there are, I think the opening you set up in the procedure is, if you want to go into the colonoscopy, I would set it, okay, you can always talk to people, okay, guys, have you gone through a colonoscopy? Or you can say this, you can take this one. I said, I love Malaysian hospital. You know, the doctors are really cool. I went there, it was fun. I did my colonoscopy. Do you know what's colonoscopy or not? Then you look at some of the faces. This one you can hantam lah. Most of them don't know one. I can tell you this. Okay, do you know what's colonoscopy? Then you choose one of the boys or the boys. Don't look like that. Pretend you know lah. I look at your face. I know you don't know lah. It is a 22-foot wire with a camera in front and a clipper at the end that goes up from the back all the way to your stomach. But good thing is, I'm what you call? With me being a what you drug or something. So just explain a little bit so that they know. Okay, yeah. And then you go straight into it. It was okay when I was unconscious until I woke up and heard what the doctor said. You may want to exaggerate here a bit. And when I woke up, I heard the doctor laughing. That should be a good sign, right? That means I'm okay, right? You know. But you know, then I heard she say the next thing, whatever lah. I'm going for a movie. That means I am not all right. You know, that kind of thing. So you may want to take the audience left, right, and left, right. That means you woke up laughing. You think she's laughing at you. Then she's laughing or laughing because everything is okay. Then laughing then because you're going for a movie. I'm going on a date. What? You talk about all this in my procedure and I'm paying for it. So colonoscopy is about 1,200 bucks. You know, very painful. Yeah. So that's one thing. Fatty liver. Fatty liver. That one I was looking for potential punchlines for you. Fatty liver.
Usually go into
the gory details.
I like the name because it's very straightforward. Fatty liver is the liver that's too fat. And I usually would have followed the same line of jokes that I did when I first came on.
Yeah.
But I was trying to keep it.
Yeah, keep it a corporate, family friendly. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from because I heard this joke before when I was in OMS.
Yeah.
All right. I understand where you're coming from. We can rework the whole thing. You can have two versions if you want to. One for the OMS, one for a corporate. Now I just had a quick chat, update you, and Jay didn't specifically mention the name, but he said there are a few good materials here we can work on. Okay, so that means we are searching for people who can perform. So we are looking for good materials that we can put on our show and in the near future, because there are a few things happening. We are looking at once a month open mic here where we will live stream. We are also inviting corporate people to come in here and we package the comedians out. I said, look, this is what we have. So, and of course, this is why we run the workshops, so that people can develop 20 minutes of material for corporates. One of our vision is that we want to do good comedy, because at the end of the day, I think both Logie and myself, we've been doing it for 18 years together. And we know one of the reasons why we have written about 40 comedies together, 90 minutes. And prior to us meeting, we have written nothing. We have performed, done something, but we have not written 40 comedies in about 12 years. So we knew the community is very important. Just like that little short moment that you came out here, you mentioned the model, the advert, a good 3 minutes of materials there, which everybody can pick up and use. And you, like the last session we had 7 people came out. We have 7 persons with 7 minutes of comedy materials. So in other words, total, we have 49 minutes of comedy materials. Pick and choose you like. And you can use it. And I've shown them, of course, Gerard, you are there. We've shown them how to pick and choose and use it for your own suitability. So developing comedy, one of the hardest thing is having a community to push ourselves to go further, get better. And we want to see you all get better. Because they are, what Jay said is very clear. There's less than 10 comedians out there whom event managers dare to push. Okay, and I know a lot of event managers. Logie knows that in my groups, when I post to send to them, I have in my database 250 event managers. So if we tell them, if once you collected data, who have 20 minutes and do have done it, we put you into videos and we say, hey, look, event managers, we have that 20 or 4 or 5 extra new comedians out there. Would you like to try? So the next thing we do is to teach you all marketing as well. Okay, Jay is the expert in that one. Me and Logie, what call? Hit and run. We don't know what works, but whatever works lah. So I think that's why we want to encourage all of you to keep coming, keep writing. The world needs more comedian. And one thing for sure, after performing for 18 years in Malaysia, people are always looking for new comedians. Let me give you a little bit of statistics. There are 932 public listed company. Okay. Shell alone does 200 over events a year. Okay. Just one company. Petronas a lot, okay, but now a bit less lah. No, don't say a bit like that. Now, there are more than 60 to 70 3-stars and above hotels in Malaysia. Every weekend, each hotel would have at least 1 or 2 events on Friday and Saturday. In total, about 200 events every week. Okay? And there are not many good bands around as well. So the potentials are immense. Huh? Okay, this is where we teach you what to do later on. Okay. One of our mentor, many years ago, his name is Michael. Was it Michael Indran or Mike? Paul, yeah. He died already. Not because he mentored us. Okay, no. Okay. He said this. Okay. Now there is no secret. You just have to do 20 free shows, 20 at 500, 20 at 1,000, and the rest is history. What he meant is that you have to build your portfolio. Now, usually you don't have to hit 20 free shows or 20,500 or 21,000. I mean, I'm talking about 20 over years ago. So generally, if you do it within 20, 25 shows, you would hit, you will be looking at a good 1.5 to 2.5K for 15 to 20 minute set. Okay, so that is something we will later on work on the audience engagement. Tonight, Logie introduced the audience engagement section inside. Yeah, Logie? Yeah. Okay.
Just to add, when you go into the streets, live the moment. So just to give you some examples, when you go to a hospital, all the patients will be coming in, some with the brace inside. Okay, so I was with my nephew. You know what happened? The other day, this guy, I know him. I told him I know him. We had a fight. I did, boom, his head went like that. So my nephew waiting for some more stories. Another guy, the face went like that. No. Okay, you know what happened? I gave him one tight clap. He went like that. Okay, so just sitting in the hospital, create a story of how the patients got that incident. Okay, and it will activate your mind. And just recently I went to a clinic and there's a lady talking very loud. Okay, so I was listening to her and she was saying, my son is already 30 years old and he doesn't want to get married. Okay, so the other lady said, 30 years old, that means his age is catching up. You know what the lady said? My age also is catching up what? Okay, I never expected her to say that. Okay, I am only acting that I'm happy, but I am not. Inside it's all violence inside there. Why? The girl is working in a lawyer's firm. She's earning 3,000 ringgit. And she came to see me. The parents came to see me. I'm happy to get them married. But my son doesn't want. Okay? So, you see, just to hear the story, the way she explained is being in the moment. So when you go out now, don't think about the future. Don't think about the past. Just see an incident. A simple cat. The day I saw a cat just trying to bite its own tail. Every time it's going, and I was enjoying that moment. It was comedy for me, you know. So if you can do that, you can get a lot of materials, and then you can add to your, yeah.
Sometimes like the illustration of the cat, watching it is one thing, but converting that to something that can make the audience laugh, I think that's quite...
I see. Similar to that is what? Holding a tiger by its tail. Okay? It's just like holding a tiger. You know what happens when you hold a tiger by tail? You cannot let go. Okay? So if you have an incident, my situation was like holding a tiger by its tail. So you can relate to that kind of incident. So now you are in an audience. The audience, mostly youngsters, will be turning up, and they are entertained every moment by their handphone. And now you are going to entertain them. So you better engage them. Every moment, the entire social media is sending posts to make you like. Make you like, you know, that means they are getting you to respond. Okay? And then they make you know about them. And then they make you trust them. And then they come for your show. So we have to do also like what Monti was telling, we got to have videos and all that. The audience, just to know about this place, we got to send short videos. Okay? They know this place. Okay? Then they like this place. Then they trust this place. And then the parents will allow them to come also. Okay? So social media is engaging the audience. So we got to do extra hard. So that is why I'm telling Shak, do crowd work. Specialize in crowd work. Okay, so am I. I'm also quite bad at that. But
both of us, we suffer.
Because we are skit-based comedians, you know. Okay. We talk to each other, and the audience used to see us. Now we have to talk to the audience.
Yeah. Over the years, one of the comfort of doing double stand-up and doing skit-based, sometimes you talk. Whether sometimes they talk, they sing their problem, or we talk to each other. We don't care. We finish a half an hour, and then we go home, and then make sure the kind of thing. So one of the things that we will demonstrate is that we pick it up from someone. You want to do it? Yeah.
Larry Jude.
Dr. Larry Jude. Okay, that one has to be dressed up. That one later. That one no. Okay. Okay. But no. One of these. So we pick up when we did a show for the nurses. We discovered three things. You know that the nurses are very about. You know we talk about they wash the backside, they shave the patient and all those things. You know. So we put into our dialogue and all those things. And Logi has these things. We are very stressed.
Okay, wait. Before set up for this, when they called us to do a comedy for Nurses Day, I studied Nurses Day, and we found out it's the birthday of Florence Nightingale. Okay, so how? By the way, let me tell you this. The answer comes before the question. For me, I don't know about you. I hope it comes to you also. The answer comes before the question. That means if you are looking for material, the answer already came before. It's somewhere in the deep recesses of your mind. Okay, you just have to pluck it. So I somehow talked about in the Indian saying, Satyam Sivam Sundaram. Okay, this is truth, beauty, and one more thing. Okay, and men also. Early morning, they got to do three things: shit, shave, and shower. Okay, I'm surprised you can laugh at this. So I took the shit, shave, and shower story, told by another person, okay, and put it with the nurses. And this one, we got a clap. Okay? So I asked Monti also, why the nurses want why they want a comedy for Nurses Day. So the supervisor said, the nurses are very stressed, okay, and they are very angry with their doctors. Remember, Monti talks about conflict and all that, okay? So that gave us the opportunity to hit the doctors, okay? So you say, I can't remember all the three things. You know, women the nurses here go through a lot of stress, okay?
Yes.
And early morning they have to do the three things.
What?
Then he will say, shit, shave and shower.
Okay, shave and shower.
No. Nurses do the three things. The three things that happen to them. The doctors scream, shout, and one more S.
Scold.
And scold. Scream, shout, and scold by the doctor. Wow! They wanted to canvas that point. All the nurses went crazy.
We have to keep quiet for almost 1.5 minutes.
We cannot stop. So once they start screaming and clapping, all nurses are angry with doctors. Okay. So one time, the insurance people also called us and say, can you motivate the insurance people? So I asked Monty, hey, why insurance people? They are always motivated, right? And they said that 90% of the general insurance agents earn less than 30,000 a year. Only 10,000 earn 100,000. Why? So he went. I told him, hey, you got a friend in Klang, go and have lunch with him. I'll pay for the lunch also. We share. Okay? This is research. We are supposed to do a comedy. So if there is no problem, we cannot give a solution. So he went and had lunch. He said, you know what it means to earn 100,000 a month? It means you have to get up at 6 o'clock. You can't send your daughter to the school. You can't send your wife to the office. I have to drive from Klang all the way to KL. I have to have my breakfast. By 9 o'clock, I make phone calls. 20 phone calls, 4 interviews, 1 sale. And even if a check comes, I don't celebrate. I just bank it in and continue. 20 calls, 4 interviews, 1 sale. Okay? And I go home at 10 o'clock. I have lunch with my clients, I have tea with my clients, I have dinner with my clients, I go home at 10 o'clock sometimes. Okay? So, we made a comedy based on this. So those who are earning less than 100,000, they are not doing what they're supposed to do, so we put it in a comedic way. So if you don't know why they called you, okay, it's a problem. Just like MAPO, Malaysian Association of Practicing Opticians.
That was a joke. Okay, they hire us, okay, and 2,000 in the hall, 2,000 people in the hall. You tell the rest of the story.
Okay, they just heard that we are comedians. So that means we can make everybody laugh. And 90% of them are Chinese speaking. Okay, so we cracked our jokes, only the management table laughed. Whose fault? Organizer's fault. We just collect our check. And another one in BASF Petroleum, BASF, the German company, and then Petronas company. They called us. 30% of the audience is management, 70% foreign workers. So how to crack joke with foreign workers? So 30% of the audience. For 2 days we did.
Yeah.
So nowadays we talk to audiences. Now at one time we had almost about 90% foreign workers. We have songs. Okay, called Bangladeshi Baya or Bai. Okay, Nepali say Namaste, and then Pakistani say Pakistan Zindabad. Okay, so we are talking to foreign workers now because they are a big crowd. Okay. So enjoy the moment when you go out there. Don't think about the future. Don't think about the past. See what's happening. Even the guy out there in the counter there might say something. Pick it up. Put it inside your jokes. Put it inside your joke. Again, the answer comes before the question. That means all your jokes already parked in the deep recesses of your mind. Just pluck it and put it in.
Yeah. So I think that's why we did the first exercise whereby about you and Naughty. So we did this thing called a rave and rant. And I picked it up from Nick Coppin. Now, Nick Coppin was here, and I find it very useful. Something I've forgotten for some time. That's something we so it helps for you to dig deep into your subconscious. Okay. Later on, okay, as we go along, I will send you some of the survey forms that you can send out to clients before you decide or not you want to take a job or not. Because you need to ask questions like, what is your theme? How many people are coming? How many % are female? How many children? And the last year we had a fantastic job. They want us to wear a mask to tell comedy. It's like, okay, telling comedy wearing a mask, basically you don't do the job. The good thing is the whole thing bomb. The good thing is they don't remember us. They can see our face.
So we have made more mistakes than you. We have gone on stage many times. So we have the courage to do some more.
Okay, I can tell you this. If you do corporate works, most of you will have about 50% bomb, 50% kill. Okay, if you hit 55, 60, it will be very good. So something for you to think about it. So it's okay one. So we will work with you slowly, and bit by bit, build into a 20-minute work set. We will be running our this is to us, it's like a place where we prepare for future sets where we bring in other people. So we will bring in headliners, but we want you to be there to do your 15-20-minute sets, no longer the 3-5-minute sets. Okay, so that is why we put a bit more thing in it. And of course, like I said, we hope you all do well, because we have benefited a lot from that.
See, at one time, the lawyer's firm, they called us and they brought children, a lot of children. Now, how to keep them entertained? So I told Monty, I know his skits also, so I said, Monty, tell about your skit, When he was young, he used to, when they have ear problem, they eat pig's ears. Okay.
The children love that, And I said, boys, what we did was this. That was in Ipoh, isn't it?
You tell the whole story.
It goes like this.
Assuming he's the one of them.
So, so we said, it got kids. Okay, we know this one work with kids. He said, kids, okay, must tell you this. You are very lucky. Your father a lawyer. They send you to tuition center. Last time I going to go to tuition center. When I study, I tell my mom my eyes tired. You know what my mom does? She buy pig's eyes and boiled soup for me. Then when I said that for oral test, she buy pig's tongue and the pig's mouth boiled soup for me. When I said my brain tired, he said boil a pig's brain for you. So and then when my result come back at the same result, why you stupid like a pig? The kids love it, and then that was settled. Okay, the kids settled, then we can continue with the next 30 minutes or 25 minutes. So kids like silly things. What we never thought it works, but because we did it in Bangsa, and there was a big kids group, and it works. That kind of, it just so we know the part can work with kids now. So
yeah, that's it.
Okay, I think.
Any questions from you all?
Yeah, I just want to know if you won, why would they call you again?
No, they didn't call us again.
That's why he was telling there are 900 over companies, and most of them we are doing for 20 years. Most of them don't know us. Even I walk in the streets, not everybody knows me.
Until they see us together. Very strange. Okay, they see me.
And you can say the same joke for 20 years. That's why most people haven't seen us.
So this is the public listed company. SME, which will be most of the associations, there will be more. SME, there's about 15,000-20,000. Okay, so there will be a lot of companies out there.
Even Puasa month, we had a comedy for Malays. And then one guy said, we put whistles on every table. Okay, production team, make some noise. Beep, they made all noise. One guy came and said, Puasa month, you cannot put whistle in the mouth, Okay, so, but it went on. And then, first round, they all came for the food. Okay, and then second, the food finished. So they haven't topped up. Why? The guys are breaking fast.
So the queue was there waiting. They're waiting for us to perform. They're waiting for them for the food, and then all the staff went what's up. But it's going to be interesting for you all. I can see that we have been together, working together for almost 20 years. We had a lot of wonderful time.
We earned that.
No, cannot.
They are very curious about that.
Huh? I drive a Toyota Answer. His car also the son buy. So he cannot afford new cars. We just make sure he produce good sons. The son bought him a Toyota Honda Accord. I'm waiting for my son to graduate to buy me something better than my Toyota
money
Answer.
we earn, we put for our children. The children turn out to be good. They buy for us a car.
No, but then we will help you to set targets. Last night I had pleasure of going home with one of the comedians. He said, "How do you work things?" I said the same thing what Paul said to me. I hope the danger of telling people something. Paul died, my friend died, after telling us what to do. Okay, okay. Paul didn't die because telling that fella was a smoker for 25 years. And suddenly he wanted to be healthy. He played badminton. He jumped up and smashed. That was the first and last. Yeah, he played badminton and he died during playing badminton.
Now, one more thing. While you are doing comedy, don't forget that you can end up being an event manager. Because someone said, "Hey, why don't you do everything? You get the band, you get the singers, and then you do your comedy, you be the MC." Suddenly you realize that cacing sudah jadi naga. So, become an event manager. Where you don't get your other friends, charge them a commission, 500 per act. Okay? Make some money because you have got network. You got your own network. So, and the first time we became event manager, we got a band, Charles, and he died. He was a road accident. He's a guitarist and he was a singer in Kinta supermarket at the time. My son also used to look at him and all that. Suddenly, he played for us, died. But the important point here is don't just be a comedian. If you have opportunities to get a group of comedians or band players and all that, go ahead and do.
Okay, so, how you work the whole thing is, I told the people, okay, now you may have only 3 to 5 minutes. I suggest you do what we did. Okay, what we did was, many years ago, 1999, we don't know how to do shows. We so went up to Actor Studio. They asked the manager, Menjin, what do we do? Oh, you pay deposit. We paid 600 ringgit deposit for the booking. Then I said, what do you need to do? Now you need to print tickets. Okay. Then next thing, what do you do? Print poster. Then what else do you need? Oh, you need the script. Oh, you need a script one. Now.
We never knew that you need to submit a script.
Okay, then he said one thing very clear. To get your money back, you make sure you have a show. So we need to get our $600 back, So we booked the show. Now, what we are trying to say is this. If you think you want to get a gig, and in 1 month's time, someone said, I want to book you, say yes. Okay? Then you come here, you can call me or call Logi, you can call, and we can work with you on your materials. We are okay with it. Okay? So just take it now. Is it, how long is the show? Oh, only about 6 minutes, Never mind. You just tell them, how much is it? Okay, just name a figure. Let them negotiate, okay? Just tell them. Okay? And then what you do is you find another. Okay, for that, my friend, I can give you 2 comedians or 3 comedians, 30 minutes, each of 5 minutes. So you build your team. So you go out there, you network, you go to OMS, you come here, you make some friends. So you can we can have 20 minutes for you. We got 3 sets for you, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. So then what we do is, we have suggestions, ideas. Before that, we send one first. After that, this one we send another comedian out. Then we send another comedian out, You see? So you don't have to do alone. You work differently. You build out the thing. You just name a price. Go. Now you don't wait for perfection and go. Very often, I will call him, Logi. If someone asks us to do this, we want you to do this and do this and do this. Say yes, you go there. Say yes, Okay. Then he will start thinking, then I'm writing a pass to you, do what a Chinaman best, pass it to all the Indians to do the work.
Here also we have a joke. The Malay fella tell the Chinese fella tell the Indian fella to work. That's what's happening in government. So we have always these 3, So we make fun of the Chinese, Malays, Indians also all together. Don't identify only one. Okay, make fun of all 3. Okay.
So if you actually, what we do in this workshop is not just the material alone. If you come across anything, you don't know what to do, how to start. If you have other friends to talk to, comedians, fine. If not, you can just let us know how you want to work the whole thing. We'll show you how to go about it. Okay? If someone said, hey, Dominic, Juliana, can you do a show for us? Yeah! Obviously, you must practice in front of the mirror, the confident look. Of course! They say, can.
You know where I get that inspiration? When I'm a trainer, corporate trainer. So when somebody says, can you do this program and all, the mistaken belief is if you're a good public speaker, they think that you're good in leadership also. So they can you do this program? I'll say yes. And then one time they gave me project management. Okay? It's a very
so that people can hear.
Project management. It is a very technical thing. If you use computer and all that, no problem. But other than computer, you have other areas in project management to talk about. I went to Kinokuniya, bought a book for 200 by the American Management Association on project management. And I did that. Engineers, I did it for 2 batches of engineers. And engineers love to do critical path analysis, calculation, and all. The whole class will be quiet, they'll be so busy. Even the quietest guy will become alive, Okay? So, I collected 2,000 for a book for 200. So, I am the facilitator of the book and the audience. So likewise, behave like the facilitator for the story and the audience. So whatever you can do. And I keep telling you, the answer comes before the question. It's already inside you. In Tamil movies, Malay movies, Chinese movies, English movies, every time it is already there. And if you think hard about it, its answers will come. Okay?
The other thing is we have a rule, okay? We have a rule. We believe if you spend 20 minutes, okay, you can write it down, 20 minutes on the same subject, 1 month, you become the expert. So if the same comedy, you work on it 20 minutes a day for 1 month, do your research, compact it, press it. You want to talk about homeschool, you can write a good solid 10, 15 minutes, you can. 20 minutes a day, 1 month, you become the expert of your subject.
Those who are taking on a first-time project for an annual dinner, okay, come and see us.
Okay.
We will prepare you. Okay, and we will test you also. And then see what is funny. Just like Juliana's line was, I heard from Monti that I finally broke up with my boyfriend and you got an applause. So that kind of thing, the audience in every place where there are women will applaud.
Not the women, the men were applauding. And it was a very good line. Finally, I broke up with my Singaporean boyfriend, and 2 fellas there was, Wah!
Okay, so you see, if you can get that kind of an opening, they'll be eating from your fingers. Yeah, buddy. Eating from your hands.
Okay. Anyway, go out and do whatever you need to do. On the next one will be 5th of July. We may have a guest comedian who will come and share a little bit. I think it's from Manila. Okay, I want to confirm with him first, see whether he can come over and share with us as well, half an hour. So during the training, we also try to bring in other comedians to come and share with us how to do some writing and their experience of writing. So Shaq, okay, back over to you.
With that, we are close. Thank you so much, Logi, Monti, and all of you who participated, and those of you who came to support. Thank you. And I hope that you all come back again, as Monti said. 5th July, that will be the workshop day. Come with your material as well if you want to go through, or you will also have an exercise. Okay, hang on.
Okay, on that session, we'll be looking at storytelling and turning storytelling into something funny. So, because I noticed 70% are storytellers.
Yeah, sometimes it's not just like what do you call that? One-liners. People tell a story, right? And we found that there are a lot of people who came. A lot of them are not here today. They were very good at telling stories. So I thought that would be a good angle to look at as well. Okay, so that will be 5th of July. And also, can I plug the Culture Shock? Yes. 7th of July. And 7th of July, we have a mixed show, okay? It's called Culture Shock at 1MK. There'll be comedy, storytelling, live music, indie song singer-songwriters. I'm not sure of a band yet. But do come. You will see some comedians there. You'll see other kind of performers, storytellers, poets. If you're free, 1MK. If you're following our Facebook page, you will probably see that come on as well. Okay, so with that, thank you very much. Have a good evening. Hey, group picture.
Oh, group picture. Yeah, picture. Gilbert. Gilbert. Yeah. No, here, but from the back. Gilbert, can you help me to take some picture? Thank you.
Everybody say Oasis. Everybody say cheese in Malay. Belakang. One, two, three.
You see larger than I want to see it. Thanks, Gilbert. So, okay, later on, if you get a job, anything, just give us a call. We are happy to interview.
if they speak to teenagers, they won't understand.
So while we do corporate materials here, you can always find a place in OMS, one night stand, or other places. Live in Facebook, yeah. Oh, the live space. You go to Facebook live space.
I wish I was there.
Gerard, I hope you're not harm on you.
No, no, no. I love it.
You love it. I like it hard.
Even I sent to I'll send you all I sent. Then use it. Then all I need is some
Oh, on the way out, on the way out. It's, not you drive out of the way. And then you have to just go down there.
Get the reference. Because the opening comes of this
And I know I feel whenever somebody asks me something, that is the reason why I should do But there is a reason why someone asks you. They themselves don't know. So you just go there and then be in the right place at the right time. So that that's the very place I should ask why I use I can understand that very clearly. I even gave my idea. Original La La Land. Yeah, the first country.
Oh, no, before, yeah. After you talk about the first country the movie La La Land is not original. So La La Land. I even gave to so I told staff promote and encourage them that all relations unite. We did some original, so KFC is the original. And Coca-Cola there was I got another sticker about children in a particular KFC. I got to give to KFC.
Sometimes we always say before, so you think we won and all this is you know what? America